After you register your company on CMMS and after your first system login, you are taken to an empty dashboard. This is because there are still a few more settings you need to do in order to start using the system. Basically, you will have to tell the system how your organization is structured and where you are placed within that structure. Note that users that come after you will have a much simpler setup than the first organization user. To set up your organization, go to the top right menu and choose Modules under the Configuration section over here. You will be taken to the module configuration page, and in here click the organization, plant and department link. And on this page you can see the configuration and edit options for your plants on the left, and the configuration and editing options for your departments on the right. One thing of note here is that the system has already created a plant for you, and because I'm using the free version of CMMS, which has a 1 plant limit, the system is telling me that I cannot edit or cannot add any more plants. I will now show you how to edit the information that the system created by default for the plant to match your organization. So the system called it plant 1, we're just going to call it plant A, and the description for simplicity I'll just put plant A. Now choose the time zone for the plant, which in my case is Hong Kong. Change the plant currency, which in my case is the Hong Kong dollar, and then click on edit plant. This will save the new information for the plant. Obviously the quota has not changed because you still have 1 plant. Now on the department side you can see that there's a quota of 2, and currently there's 0 departments defined, so your quota is empty. You have 2 departments you can define. We are going to create only 1 for maintenance, MTC for maintenance, and maintenance department over here, and we'll create it under plant A, obviously because there's only a plant in the system right now. So even if I open this drop down menu, I will only see plant A. So add department, and there you go. You are now using half of your quota with 1 department that you have created. Now go back to the module selection page, and we are going to choose users. And as you can see here, you can see that our quota has been reached because I am on the free version, and I have only 1 user quota, which is actually myself. So now you have to tell the system in which department you work. You can see that it has identified, obviously, because there's only 1 plant A, and then none. This none is for department. The system doesn't know under which department the current user is working for. So you assigned the user to the only department there is. And you also set the time zone, which in my case is, like I said, Hong Kong. So I do not want to update my email address, so you do that. And now you can see that plant A, MTC, and then my username. So I'm set, I'm placed under this department and under this plan. Now go back to the configuration home. And finally, to complete the basic system configuration, you have to go to the work order configuration module to set up the work order options. Now in here you can simply accept all the defaults and click save, which is what I'm going to do. But just a note on this option over here, this is where you can set up which department your work requests are routed to. So this is useful because in some cases there's 2 or more different departments that can create work requests, and those work requests are usually sent off to maintenance. If this is the case, then you select this option. So all work requests are sent to a following department, which in this case there's only 1 in the list, and it would be maintenance. Otherwise, choose same department as user. If you do so, if you are working in operations, then you create a work request, that work request is basically sent to your own department, and your supervisor will have to approve it and pass it on to maintenance if that is the case. But you have that flexibility to, depending on how your organization is set up. So go ahead and save that. By the way, you have a few more options on this side, but the descriptions are pretty much self-explanatory and have to do with warning emails that the system will send you. So I'm not going to go through that. So save these options, and you are now ready to use CMMS. To demonstrate this very quickly, I will now go to create. I will create a work request now. We'll just do some pump failure. This is broken. Please fix. This is type is a breakdown and is a priority 2. For the functional location, we have not gone through this yet. This is part of another video, but you can choose plant A. We have not set anything else on functional location, so no other options are available, but you can already create the work order. We are also not going to upload any documents, so let's go ahead and create that work request, and you are taken again to the dashboard. Now, you are organization admin, so you are able to see this order that was created, and for that you will be very quickly, and of course remember this is only the first setups that you do. You go to my profile, and as org admin you can actually turn on show organization orders and save these settings. Go to dashboard, and you will see the order that you have just created on your list here. And basically it can now start, all the workflow related to orders can now start. And just for as an example, we'll go inside this order and I will assign it to myself. So assign to myself, and we will save it, and we go back to the dashboard. What's going to happen is that now I have it on my latest orders, and the user stats are starting to be available now to help me prioritize my work in a better way. So this concludes the basic configuration of CMMS, and I see you on another video.